So I have this thumbnail I want to use, right, for Goodra, and you're seeing it, of course, on the video now. And I've had this piece of art, I guess you could call it, that I've made for a while now, but I never really had any way to use it at all. And I say, wait a second, I can use that for a thumbnail, it'll be hilarious. Well, what kind of Goodra am I supposed to use? I don't know. I don't really use Goodra. Do you use specially defensive? Do you use physical? Do you use Scarf Goodra? I know that was at one point a thing. Well, I don't know. Let's use the most stupid Goodra I can think of. Okay, so today we're going to be using this Curse Goodra set. It could be the most awful thing ever, and I could lose all my games. We're still going to try it. Okay, this is a really, really stupid Goodra. So we're running Curse Goodra. We've got Earthquake as our main attacking move. And my logic behind this is that what Pokemon is going to want to come in on Goodra? Well, a really good answer to that would Registeel, right? So getting Curse Earthquake means that you can boost alongside, get enough defense boosts to hopefully live the body presses, and then even at +6 defense, if you're at +6 attack, then Earthquake is the 3-hit KO on Registeel. You're going to be a major threat, right? Of course, it's going to be really slow, and that's unfortunate, but you're going to be pretty dang strong. Now what happens when a special attacker comes in on you? Or a Bronzong, which you can't hit because it has Levitate, right? Well, I need to have something that can hit all the levitating Pokemon in the tier. This is a bit of a problem. So what move do I choose? Oh, of course, Skitter Smack. Why wouldn't I choose Skitter Smack? It's such a good move, right? That's why you see it used on so many Pokemon. Okay. Also, this EV spread, I'm pretty sure I need to get the max attack Adamant in order to get that 3-hit KO on Registeel. Otherwise, it's just going to stall me out. So that's why we're running that and not max Spadef, unfortunately. And Sapsipper just gives us an immunity, or whatever that's worth. And then I just tossed some team together. I don't know how good this team is going to be, but we're trying it out, right? Got Stealth Rock on Nidoqueen, as well as a nice way to resist fairy types, right? Because this is poison, and I definitely need a fairy resist on this team. Then we are going to run the heavy duty boot circuitry. This circuitry has always done well in our RU videos before, and I do like the boot set because it doesn't worry about webs and it doesn't have to be locked into a move like the Scarf set does. And then we've got this Defog, Thunderwave, Air Slash, Togekiss. Just one of the more annoying Pokemon you can run into on the ladder. Then we're going to run a Calm Mind, Stored Power, Cresselia. As for the item, I'm not really sure if the Lumberry is the proper item to run for this, but we're still trying it out. I started with Colbur, then I thought, well, there's First Impression, and there's Poltergeist, and there's so many other moves that could be hitting you that aren't necessarily just Dark type moves, right? So maybe Colbur would be better, or maybe a Leftovers would be better, but a Lumberry means that I don't get Toxic for one turn or whatever, right? And I think that might have its own use, so we're going to try it out. And then we finally got the Defog on the Flygon as well. And then we've got Toxic. These are all subject to change. I could change these as we go. I just threw this together. All I knew is I wanted to use Goodra on a team. And I've had Goodra in my team builder for some time. I never knew what to do with it. So I said, you know what? They were doing it. And this set I came up with. Let's see if we can do anything with this set. Because if we can get this set to work, it'll be super funny, right? Because how many people are going to expect it, and how many people ever see Skitter Smack used in the first place? I think it's just hilarious. Alright, there we go, got a game. Okay, so looking at my opponent's team, they do have the Goodra, and the Goodra is a major problem, right? Got it, or not the Goodra. For the Goodra, the Crobat. The Crobat is a super big problem, right? 4 times resist the Skitter Smack, that's a big problem. And of course, the Big Meteor on the Guzzlord could be an issue as well. And we do have the Cresselia, but the Crobat probably has Taunt. I'm going to lead off with my Flygon here. I don't feel like the Flygon gets off much value. If they have Magnarize, then they have Magnarize, but I don't really know what I can do about that. I'm going to go into my Nidoqueen, actually. I can get on my Stealth Rock here. They still can't Thunderwave me, right? And they can play rough, I guess. And I can always hit them with another move, it's going to be just as problematic for them. Yeah, okay, foul play, that works too. Let's see if they waste a turn going for Magnetize. I feel like I would. If I were them. If I were the opponent. They don't really switch well into Ice Beam. They do have Renickles. They can't go Delmise. They can't go Crobat. Goes Lord. Nidoqueen, right? So they're sort of in a bad position here. As they do go Renickles, okay. Well, I don't want to sack this. I feel. I'm going to go into my Cresselia here. And I'm going to Calm Mind up. Right? You can go into your Guzzlord. You can do whatever you want here. As they actually are going to be Calm Mind of their own. That's a bit of an issue. Let's see. Okay. So they are Magic Guard. They're not Regenerator. So there's no point Toxicking them. Do I win this exchange or do I lose this exchange? I'm Stored Power. They're probably Psyshock. I don't know who wins between Psyshock and Stored Power. They decided to click Shadow Ball instead, which isn't really that strong. As they get a crit there. Got a Moonlight up. Unfortunately, we don't have that many Moonlight PP. Okay. Calm Mind up again. And Calm Minding up, you might say that's getting greedy. And it probably is to an extent. But Stored Power needs to do a lot of damage, right? And so it needs to have a lot of boosts. And I'm not Weakness Policy. Or something else is going to give me other kinds of boosts. Alright. Moonlight up again. As I keep on getting drops, which is really unfortunate. Because I don't want to waste time going for Spidef boosts. But the Spidef raises are sort of one of the few ways for me to boost my power in the first place. Max special attack now. And we get a crit. That was good timing to get a crit, I tell you what. Because now look at my Cresselia and look at my opponent's team. They don't really have much for it. If they have Scarf Guzzlord, I guess that's a thing, but this has speeds it naturally. Klefki can come in and foul play me, that won't do anything. I guess they could Thunder Wave me with Klefki and then go into Guzzlord, but I do have the Lumberry, which they don't know. They go for U-turn. I guess that's fine. But if that's the best play against me, then I can just roost up on them next time they come in, right? Okay. Moonblast here. That was an interesting play. Why didn't they just go? I guess. I don't know what they wanted to do there. Okay, I was just going to click Moonblast again. They can play around this all they want, but not really going to get them much. And I'm going to click Moonblast again. Because they don't know I'm Lumberry. I am. The Lumberry is actually coming in clutch there, right? Because that was exactly the play I was thinking they should make. Okay, I'm going to Moonlight up. Because they're just going to Brave Bird. It's not going to do anything. And now we'll Stored Power this turn. They may want to taunt me. Or something. I don't know what the opponent wants to do at this point. But unless I get majorly crit here, this should be GG at this point. Speed Delmise, Nidoqueen is too weak. Okay, the Toxic play. I'm a little bit late on my opponent's side. What they should have done maybe last turn. As I go Nidoqueen, let's just click Stored Power here. I mean, I suppose they could always go... Okay, no, they went for the power, which is a dumb play. Okay, let's look for another game. Game is over. Boop. Yep, my opponent forfeited there. Alright, well that was a good way to start off this. Goodra didn't do anything, but the Cresselia did. And it somewhat justified my decision to run the Lumberry. We'll take it. Okay, this is a pretty scary looking team. If I can get a couple boosts up with my Cresselia, then it might stand a chance of winning again. I'll lead off with Flygon, as that actually turns out to be a really good play on my part. I'm going to go for Toxic. I feel like there's no way you stay in, but apparently there is. Okay, Earthquake time. Okay. Now I'm gonna click Defog, because I would like to get these rocks away if I can. And they should have gone Talonflame. Yeah, that's what I would have expected. And now that I'm toxic, I feel like you can't really do anything to me with the Talonflame, right? Okay. What would be this? Well, if they're gonna dual Wing Beat, I could go Circuitry here. I don't want them to U-turn on that though. Okay, dual Wing Beat again. And I actually outsped them, which is very surprising. I'm going to go into Circuitry because I will resist that. And I can just click Volt Switch because my opponent has no ground types, which is definitely one weakness they have, right? The Circuitry is quite good in this game. I don't want to waste it if I can get away with that. I'm going to go into my Flygon and Toxic you. Your leftovers. I'm going to get in Cresselia Toxic. I feel like it's generally a good thing. It could be Rest. They look like they are dual screens. I'm going to go into my Goodra now. I'm going to Curse up. That did nothing. I mean, it did a little bit of damage. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie, it did. It did a decent chunk. But considering that's a super effective hit from a legendary Pokemon onto with Moonblast, which is 95 base power, right? It's not a weak move. Somewhat interesting. Alright. So I'm setting up curses here. And they don't know that I'm Rest yet. Interesting that they're Toxic Snorlax. I actually don't think I've ever seen a Toxic Snorlax. I wonder what I was supposed to do. Alright, let's just throw off a few hits here. I don't know what their play is. Okay, they're going to try to Rock Slide flinch me. I'm going to randomly throw off a Skitter Smack here. In case they decide to go Talonflame, right? The Talonflame is getting sort of low. So this will be a 4x resist. Yep. Now I'm just going to click Arrest here. Talonflame can't touch me. So this should be fine. Yeah, they're going to do nothing. Now, unfortunately, I'm not a Hydration set or Rest Sleep Talk. But I figured with this kind of set, it's going to be staying in long enough that it's not really going to get to use somebody else's Rain Dance, right? The only Rain Dance you're going to get to use is your own Rain Dance. And I don't want to waste a slot on that kind of thing. In my opinion, right? I don't feel like that's a good use of a move slot. The Infestation, Toxic, Rest, Rain Dance sets, right? That's traditionally where you see the Rain Dance hydration sets. But the problem with that, really, is that Registeel, which this set specifically is meant to beat, it can't get Toxic. So it's not really doing you any good. Okay, I can just Curse. And then if they try to click Roost here, I can Earthquake them on this turn. They won't die this turn. Technically, they don't have to Roost. But they may feel like they could get a cheeky Roost and something. But yeah, I'm just going to click Roost. Curse here again. That'll get me to the point where I'm very bulky. And as long as they don't crit me, which they didn't, then look at my attack stat. 1148 and 616 defense. Like, this is pretty exciting if you ask me. Now Skitter Smack is going to come into play. Whew, they crit me and I miss. That is unfortunate. That would have been a dead Cresselia there. But we're good. Cresselia is gone. And now they can go into their Celebi, which won't kill me, and I'll kill them back. Or their PZ, which is the correct play. You know, I'm just going to click the Earthquake here. Because that does kill. That's what we expected to have happen there. That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to actually go into Togekiss here and Thunderwave. I want to make sure I win this game. And Thunderwaving the Porygon Z, I think, is the best way to go about it. Because now they can't win, right? Now they're paralyzed. Porygon is a threat, is a scary Pokemon. I love Porygon Z. And in fact, we're going to be having a Porygon Z video in a couple of weeks whenever I feel like doing that. but it's on the slate of Pokemon to use. I'm gonna Thunder Wave you, since you can't switch out, you can't get your natural cure. And this is a physical Celebi. I can respect that for sure. In reverse tier, that will make the Leaf Blade do more damage, but you know, just want to be safe. Not that I really need to be safe, but now I can just start looking at slash, which is fine. Yeah, no, Porygon Z definitely a threatening Pokemon, and we want to slow it down because then Nidoqueen can outspeed it, then Zergatry will outspeed it, stuff like that. Oh, good timing. All right, we are facing against the Registeel now, so we can see if that puts in work. And we're facing against probably what is a sub-Calm Mind Raikou. So right off the bat, another Crobat, that's a major problem. I'm gonna go Zergatry first. And I'm just gonna click Grass Knot. Right, kill this right away. That makes it a lot easier. Okay, they make a good play on their part. Now they know that I'm not, I don't know what the word is. I'm not Choice Scarf, yes, that's correct. Okay, I'm gonna set up my own Stealth Rock here. There's no way you should stay in. You don't get any benefit out of it. Go Cresselia, it's fine. I'm gonna go into Flygon here, as I did before. And I'm gonna click Toxic. They probably won't stay in on this, as they do. Actually click their own Toxic, which I don't really see the value in that myself, but that's fine. And so Moonblast Toxic, okay. What do these things run? I'm not sure. I'm going to go into my Togekiss, actually. My Togekiss doesn't do anything in this game. I'm going to click Thunder Wave here. They probably will click Taunt. As nope, they actually click Defog. And that is fantastic. Because now my Crobat is going to get outsped and beat down hard. Back into the Nidoqueen, as I can just start throwing off another round of Stealth Rock, because I feel like they'll go into Cresselia now. They do. And I'm going to go into my... You know, I don't know what I want to go into, you know? You know, first of all, I'm going to make this Togekiss, I'm going to make it Heal Bell. I have Defog on the Flygon. No reason to have double Defog. Okay. Especially because I'm not particularly weak to hazards. I'm glad that I got this on the timer for sure. But I don't want to sack a Pokemon, and I have to keep Nidoqueen healthy for both the Raikou and the Registeel and the Crobat, and to a lesser extent, Entei maybe. The Togekiss, once again, doesn't do too much in this game. I think that's fine. And now I'm going to go back into Nidoqueen. They're definitely going Registeel. I'm going to throw off an Earth Power. Yep, they click Protect to see what I'm going to do there. Now we're going to click Sludge Wave on the Cresselia as it comes in. And that does a decent chunk. If they want to sack this, then I guess that's fine, just because I don't want them to click Toxic over and over again. I don't think they'll click Toxic this time. Seismitoad comes in. That's cool. That's cool. Looking at that damage. Okay. Earth Power does 50, 60%. My Sludge Wave did too much. So I don't know what this is running. 60% min. Okay, so it still isn't in range if it's max speed, max special attack or something. Definitely a more offensive Seismitoad, that's for sure. I'm gonna go into my Cresselia here. Up. Okay, now I'm gonna Calm Mind up. Calm Mind in this thing's face, I think, is okay. We have the Lumberry, so if they go their own Cresselia and try to Toxic me, I think we'll be fine, right? That's the main thing. And this is probably like a really fast Seismitoad. Okay. As they'll probably want to draw for Toxic this turn, I should feel. Yep, as they do. Good, good, good. I'm going to click Earth Power again. And I'm going to click Earth Power again. Okay, so go Cresselia. That's fine. I'm going to go Togekiss again here. Because they do have a Psychic move, but I think they're probably going to have Healing Wish. Go Seismitoad. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Okay. What do we do on this? I'm not sure. I feel like they're going to click Liquidation or some nonsense, right? Go Goodra maybe on this? They go Ice Punch. Oh. Well, that's still not going to do anything to Cresselia. Still not going to do anything to Cresselia. Is this choice? No, it's leftover. Why would you say something stupid like that? Okay, yeah. Registeel come out on the Cresselia. That's fine. Although notice that they sent out Registeel on my Goodra, which is, they're expecting it to be able to beat my Goodra, which is really good. That's what we want them to think. Now, is that going to happen? No, it's not. I'm going to go into my Togekiss, because I can Thunder Wave you. They might go into Raikou on this, actually. But, yep, they don't. That's cool by me. I'm going to click Defog here. Let's go Raikou now. I'm going to go hard into my Nidoqueen. They could click Scald here. Feel like, you know, maybe they even would. Maybe it's better to go Flygon here. I'm fast, right? And I can threaten a lot of Pokemon out. Except for Crobat. But I still really like the Nidoqueen specifically. Now, unfortunately, by my defogging, I let the Cresselia live as it comes back in, which is definitely one downside. I just don't want to have to deal with the rocks on my side of the field, chipping me down. Okay, so they click Thunderbolt there. I'm just going to click the Roost. If they want to stay in predicting something, that's fine. This gets me some amount of health back, which I'll definitely take. As I think they're just going to U-turn here. I think that's a good play on their part if they have it. So I'm going to go into my Goodra here. Because as they U-turn, if they U-turn into Registeel, then I can set up... How much HP do I have? 128. Now the problem is if on turn 1 I'm faster than in Registeel, and second turn I'm slower than Registeel. And that's a bit of an issue, right? Because turn 1, Registeel comes out, and they click Seismic Toss on my Curse. Then they outspeed me the second turn, and they Seismic Toss me again, and I die. Okay. Entei come out. This is probably Choice Banded Sacred Fire. And that's a major issue. I don't know what to do against that. Except for to die. Sacred Fire does 46% min. So it's a safe play for them to click for sure. I think I'm just going to sack Togekiss here. Zip, they do that. And now I'm going to go into Flygon. I will resist that. And I'm going to double into my... Cresselia here. Alright, there's no way you stay in when I have Earthquake for you. Yeah, they go Crobat here. I am faster than they are because they're paralyzed. It better be because 400 speed, 200, and I'm faster than 200. The Registeel, which is okay. And I'm going to go into my Nidoqueen here. And I'm going to set up Stealth Rock. They could set up their own Stealth Rock. But I think at this point, I actually might just leave the rocks up. If they want to just trade rocks, that's fine. Because getting the Cresselia to die is really good. And getting the Entei chipped if they're Choice Banded is also quite good. Okay. Here, if they just want to click Moonblast, that's cool. Okay, I actually outspeed them, so they must have had some bulk. That's fine. Okay, I will not outspeed this, that's for sure. I'm going to go and sack my Goodra. My Goodra, unfortunately, is just too low in this game, so it's probably going to die. And it just dies to Ice Punch up, as you expect. Okay, I'm definitely going to go into my circuitry now, and I'm going to click Grass Knot. We're not going to overpredict. We're just going to threaten this out with the Grass Knot. And then I'm going to click Volt Switch here. And I'm going to Volt Switch into the Flygon, I think. Correct play. Because my Nidoqueen isn't Black Sludge, unfortunately, right? And this Registeel is definitely being an issue for my team. I'm going to double here into the Nidoqueen. As they go Crobat, yep. And now they have to deal with Ice Beam. I think they probably should just sack the Crobat, if anything. They actually go Seismitoad there, which, okay, I guess. Now they're actually in range. You'll notice they're in range of me clicking Earth Power, so we're going to do that. And that's good. Now that's gone. The Seismitoad is no longer an issue. And they can go and they can click their Sacred Fire. I don't really have much for that, unfortunately. Okay, something like that, maybe. So Sacred Fire doesn't do too much. Problem is that I still have to set up, and I'm not setting up physical boosts, I'm setting up special boosts. So that's not going to help me out in the long run. So I'm just going to sack Cresselia here. If I can stall out their Sacred Fires, then that's great. Because actually I have to eat my Lum even there. If I can stall out their Sacred Fires, then they're going to have fewer of those. And because I have the Stealth Rock up, they can't keep coming in now, right? That's definitely one thing I should have considered when I got rid of the rocks earlier, is the fact that this Entei is going to be an issue. I'm going to Calm Mind up here. I don't think they're going to win this exchange. I think they think they're going to win this exchange. But I can, as long as they don't keep getting drops, or if they don't keep critting me, then I can, oh, there's the crit. Well, that's unfortunate. But if they hadn't kept critting me, then I could have gotten off a Stored Power boost, right? And the Stored Power would have been really strong. You saw how good it was against Ray Nicholas. But that's just unfortunately how the click crumbles. All right, as they click Bandit Extreme Speed, gonna have to go into Circuitry now. And we're just gonna click Volt Switch here. Well, actually, let's make sure. The Volt Switch kills 47%. No, I'm gonna click Thunderbolt here. Okay. I get the special attack boost. And now actually I'm forced to stay in and hope for the full pair or something. Okay. Because if I switched out, then Seismic Toss would have just killed me out. I didn't have enough HP, unfortunately. And I guess they win. 1-0. Oops, that was Stealth Rock, but it didn't matter. Okay, so good game to my opponent. If I had not gotten crit, I think that the Raikou probably would have lost that exchange. And multiple Spit F drops. But overall, that was a really close game. Unfortunately, Goodra didn't get to do anything, which is the sad thing. But the rest of the team definitely did, right? You saw how good the Toxic was and the Stealth Rock. Overall, I don't think I played that badly in that game. And I think I definitely could have won it. Okay, they got a Flygon. Means my Xurkitree can't have as much fun. And a bunch of Spit F Pokemon. But I think that the Cresselia may be able to do something here for sure. In fact, I think I'm going to lead Cresselia because they may just want to lead off with the Roserade. And if I can get enough Calm Mind boosts, then the Umbreon probably won't be that big of an issue. This is what I'm hoping here, right? Okay. Let's see. +6, +6. And Sword Power is 2 KO if you get up to that much. So we'll see how much my opponent allows me to boost up. Because if I can get enough boosts, then they're going to have a really hard time breaking my Cresselia. And at the very least, I can punch a few holes through their team. And with a few holes punched, then hopefully I should be able to clean up with the rest of my Pokemon, right? If I can, for instance, get rid of Flygon, then that'll really help with the circuitry. And if I can get rid of the Flygon, then that'll definitely make Nidoqueen's job easier. If I can get rid of the Roserade, that also helps Nidoqueen. The Goodra doesn't really beat the Roserade because this is an Assault Vest set. And so it's more of a mixed bag there, depending on how much Sludge Bomb does. And the Reuniclus is always scary, of course. For the Goodra specifically. Although I do have Skitter Smack, so that could help against the Reuniclus. We'll see if my opponent decides to make a play, though. Okay, so that last opponent decided not to show up. I'm here now facing off against a fellow Goodra user, as well as a Cloyster user, which is very scary, and Chandelure is scary in its own way. Now, to lead off with Steelix, what would I switch into that? I guess I have my Flygon to a certain extent, so maybe I can lead off with Circuitry. To do lead off with the Steelix, so we're forced to go hard into Flygon, unfortunately. We're going to get up our own Stealth Rock, which maybe is what I should have prioritized. I should have prioritized getting up Stealth Rock turn 1 and led with Nidoqueen. But yeah, I should have had the Cookie Crumbles. Alright, I'm going to click Defog here. I've broken Steelix's 30, and if they want to kill me, that's okay, I think, because now I can deny their Stealth Rock. And they don't really have anything that switches into Earth Power from Nidoqueen, right? So now my opponent doesn't have the chance to put up Stealth Rock, so I don't need my Defogger. My Defogger was anything but useful once the Steelix goes down, because if you think about it, look at Flygon. Flygon against the Togekiss cannot touch it whatsoever. Against Goodra, not really great either. I'm going to click Sludge Wave here. I can't let that set up. And against the Roserade is not particularly useful. Okay, as my opponent just forfeits. That's fine. Good job, Nidoqueen. So a bit of an unfortunate lead matchup, but we make it work because they decide to attack instead of prioritizing their own Stealth Rock. So we'll take it. All right, finally got a gamer. Okay, so my opponent has a very bizarre squad. They got the Glastrier, they've got the Persian, and they've got the Lantern. And I feel like those are Pokemon you don't usually see. I'm going to maybe want to lead off with... Let's look at my opponent's team. They have no hazard removal. So getting Stealth Rock up early would be great. Probably. Does this have Psychic? I don't know what it runs. I'm just going to click Sludge Wave here. They're probably going to Parting Shot into Umbreon, Ispidef, Tank. And that's okay if that's what they want to do. Does it go Goodra? Works as well, I suppose. A bit more of an offensive play, and probably better too, because Umbreon wouldn't be able to touch me since my attack is dropped. Okay. I'm going to need to keep this healthy because I need to keep this around for the Lucario. And I don't know what to do with Cresselia. I'm just going to Calm Mind Up on this. I think that's an okay play. I Calm Mind Up. Then what? You go into Persian, and I Moonblast you. You go into Lucario, and I wonder which one does more, Moonblast or Stored Power? I'm gonna Calm Mind Up again. Now Stored Power is base 100 coming off of all this special attack. Okay. And this is not hopefully gonna kill me, so I'm gonna Moonlight here. They'll die to Life Orb. No point attacking them, I think. As they get a crit, unfortunately. They're probably going to go back into their Persian. I'm going to go back into my Nidoqueen. Less useful now that their Lucario is gone. I'll click Sludge Wave here. As they immediately click Parting Shot. Back into Goodra again. And that Goodra is slowly getting whittled down, which I'll definitely take. Just quickly, I want to see here. So Ice Beam This is not a Solve Vest. Air Balloon, I don't care. My Sludge Wave at -1 is doing 28%. Means this is probably 0. And yeah, okay, that's in range. 33%, so we do not kill them with Ice Beams. There's no point staying in. At this point, what don't I need? Flygon is interesting because they'll have Heal Bell on the Umbreon, right? And so Toxicking it isn't particularly useful. Well, I have my own Heal Bell as well, so bit of a mixed bag there. Flygon is good for Lantern, though. I can say that much. Xurkitree, still quite useful, even if they do have a Lantern. My own Goodra, I think it's a few curses up. Could be sort of fun to mess around with. So, go Flygon here. Maybe they go for Draco Meteor, which means now that I get to go back into... What do I go into? What do I go into? Go back into Nidoqueen. I click Earth Power. I click Earth Power. Because they can't switch into that now. I don't think. All right, you're -2, so you're not going to be doing too much damage. And if you try to go in the Lantern, then that'd be great, because it frees up my Xurkitree. If you go into Persian or Glastrier, this is still my strongest move. And the person just straight up dies. That's good. I'll take it. The Stealth Rock could still be useful. Wait, what? This is max. Earth Power is not a 2 KO. Okay, good to know. But that was -1, right? Wait. Oh, that's +1. Okay. Normal calc. There we go. Now it is a 2 KO. That's fine. We're going to Goodra, as you Scald. I'm going to click Curse Up. Curse Up, of course, does mean that I will be weaker to the Glastrier. I'm just going to start clicking Earthquakes here. Because if they go into the Umbreon, the only way to beat me is with a crit. If they go into the Goodra, that'll do a good amount of damage to it. Okay. So that's what we're going to play off of here. I think that's the correct play here. The Wish. I'm going to click Earthquake again. Okay. And now I'm going to click the Earthquake again. Now I'm going to click Rest. They may know that I have Rest, but I don't think you do know that kind of thing. I'm going to go double now into my Xurkitree. Yep, that was a pretty obvious play. Now I'm going to click the Volt Switch. I don't care if you want to go into your Lantern. Beneath is gone. And I am pretty Ice Weak, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go into my Togekiss here and sack that, as it's not even a sack. I can just click the Air Slash here. See if I can get a couple of lucky flinches. If I can get a couple of lucky flinches, then we're good to go. I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave on Umbreon. I don't care if I get paralyzed, because I can always Heal Bell myself. Right? Let's actually go hard into Glastrier. That's pretty crazy of you. Okay. I'll click Air Slash again. Because this time they should always be clicking that. Yep. Okay, now I'm going to click Roost. Because Roost means that I don't take super effective ice moves. And Avalanche doesn't get boosted. Right? I'm going to click Thunder Wave now. That was a crit. Thunder Wave means that, okay, well, that works too, I suppose. Imagine if I'd have gotten that. That would have been fantastic. Okay. My Goodra's back awake, which is great. I'm going to go for the Nidoqueen play. I wonder if this is choice specs. That might be the case. Hard to say. I'm going to click Earth Power here. Go Umbreon. That's fine by me. It allows me to go back into Togekiss and get a Roost off, which is what I wanted. As I'm actually going to click Thunder Wave here. They have no incentive to stay in. Go Lantern, which I don't know how I feel about that play. I'm just going to click Roost here, because that means that electric moves aren't super effective. And if you go for Toxic, then Cool Beans, but that didn't really do much. Goodra here. as they Volt Switch, probably into their Glass Striae, if I had to guess. Toxic is annoying just because it does waste another heal bell. So I'm just going to go hard into Togekiss here. As we saw, the Avalanche doesn't do anything. And I'm going to click Thunder Wave here. So if I can Thunder Wave the Glass Striae, then that'll be really good, I think. Okay, I'm going to go for Xurkitree. And I'm going to click the Volt Switch as it to go Lantern. And now I'm going to go Goodra. You know, I could have called that play. But at this point, my opponent might want to play more erratically. I'm not exactly sure. But since the Glass Striae is paralyzed, then that allows me to start setting up... Well, now it's not paralyzed anymore. It allows me to set up curses, right? And with enough curses, then what's beating me on their team? Nothing's beating me on their team, as far as I know. Earthquake here. Is they go to Goodra and sack it. That was the one thing they could have beat me on their team with, I think. Let's see now. I'm going to click Curse again. And now we're going to click the rest. And they can go into whatever now. If they're Avalanche on their Glass Striae, I wonder what is this item that they're holding. There might be an Assault Vest or something. I'm not sure what it is. The fact is, the matter is, oh, they're Iron Defense. Oh, yo, that's sort of scary. Okay. Okay, I can respect it. I'm gonna switch out here because I don't want them to get any more boosts than they already have. I'm gonna click my strongest move. And I'm going to click the Thunderbolt. This is a bit of a problem, a bit of a dilemma. With the Iron Defense up, that actually poses a bit of a conundrum for me. Now they're probably thinking, oh, should I go Lantern or what should I do? Well, why would you go Lantern? You're already set up. That's not really going to help you at all, I don't think. I don't know what that got you. Now Lantern's really light, right? The Grass Knot doesn't do jack to it, unfortunately. It's just going to go Goodra here. As to go for Toxic. That gives me a chance to wake up this turn. I'll take it. And now I'm going to set... I'm going to go for Skitter Smack. Oh, wow, actually. Okay. Earthquake. And the Curse up here, maybe? I'm not exactly sure what I want to do here. We go for Body Press. It already does so much damage. Okay, I gotta go Xurkitree here. Okay. Call it a prediction. Or something. I'm gonna go Goodra here. I'm gonna click the rest. Now it'll let me get back unhealthy again. Go Glass Striae. That is a bit of an issue, not gonna lie. Go Xurkitree here. I'm gonna click the Volt Switch. The Lantern. Okay. I'll click Dazzling Gleam on this. Because I feel like they're definitely gonna Volt Switch here. Actually click Scald. Oh wow. It would let me get in and get a sleep turn off. That's crazy. Okay, so the Skitter Smack is less useful in this game. If I had had a Sleep Talk here, that would have been way better, right? I think. Okay, Curse up. Curse up. Problem is that I'm not cursing fast enough to get past their Iron Defense boosts. Problem. As we got Earthquake here. Yeah, okay. GG to my opponent. That's an L for us. Really scary Glass Striae set. If I had Sleep Talk over Skitter Smack there, I think we would have been in a much better position. But it's hard to run Sleep Talk on Goodra because you need to have something to hit the flying Pokemon, right? Can't just run Earthquake mono attacking. Because then Crobat comes in, Bronzong comes in, Cresselia comes in, so many of those Pokemon. So, but unfortunate. It's definitely, that's sort of shows one of the problems with these kinds of Mimi sets. They don't really cover all the bases at once because it's really hard for Pokemon to do that. So you sort of are just stuck with covering a few bases, and then if anything comes in that sort of stretches what your capabilities are, then you don't really respond well to it, unfortunately. Okay, I'm going to lead off with my Circuitry here. I do have double grounds, but maybe you don't want to scout or something. And if I can kill the Seismitoad turn 1, I'll take it. That being said, of course, it could also be Scarf Seismitoad, which would be a cool play. And I wouldn't even be mad if it's Scarf Seismitoad, particularly because that would allow me to go into my Cresselia and start boosting up, which I think my Cresselia just sort of wins this. Okay. I want to play it like it is choice. I think that'll be the best play long term. So I'm going to switch out hard here, and that's going to make it look like I have a choiced up Circuitry. Then if I go for an electric move later on, then they're more likely to be staying in with their Seismitoad. My line of thinking, right? Maybe they still wouldn't, but if I can get a kill that way, that's the good way of doing things. All right, my opponent's thinking here. They do struggle mightily with Cresselia here. You don't really have much for it. And if I can get up a few Calm Mind boosts, then you're sort of screwed, I think. Right? This is 2 Calm Minds up. And don't have a Lumberry anymore, unfortunately. So that's going to definitely limit my longevity. They could go for a Scald here. That would be fantastic. And up they go for Toxic. Fair enough. Fair enough. The knockoff into Toxic is basically just a little bit better than going for 2 Toxics, I guess. I don't know. But we are +3/+3. It's sort of sad. Look at that. 467 special attack. Did I invest this Cresselia wrong? Nope, it's bold. I mean, I know I don't have much in the way of investment, but crying the heck out loud. For a legendary Pokemon at +3 to only have 467 is pretty pathetic. In other news, I can't stop getting crit this game, or in this video. So if my Cresselia could stop getting crit, that'd be great. Now Lucario just comes out and clicks up. Don't really have a good switch into this. And I don't really have any incentive to keep that alive. That's okay. They're locked into extreme speed. I'm actually going to go for Curse. Actually, no, there's no reason to. Why would I do that? I'm just going to click Earthquake here. Because they have Togekiss, and Togekiss 4 times resists the Skitter Smack, which is my only way of touching. Alright. Okay. I'm going to go into Circuitry now. I feel like seeing Earthquake on this, you may be inclined to want to go into Togekiss or into your Flygon. Probably more so your Togekiss, as they do. I'm just going to click the Thunderbolt here. As maybe they won't scout this turn. I sure hope they don't. Please don't scout. That'd be great. As they don't. Good, good, good. So see, that's why you play it like you're choiced, because people think that you're choiced and then you're not. There was no reason for me to get off the 30% chip on the Wheezing earlier. It wasn't going to do anything for me. Okay. I'm going to go into my Togekiss here. As to go for Earthquake. And now I get to click Thunderwave. Or something. Actually, I think I'm going to go back into my Circuitry here. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to click Dazzling Gleam here. Because you only have one electric immunity left. And that's Flygon. Okay. Now I can just click the Volt Switch here. If they want to stay in and get hit by an electric move, I can always go into my Nidoqueen if they somehow live. And if they go into their Flygon, that's okay as well. So Nidoqueen time. And now I can throw off an Ice Beam. The Ice Beam will hit this if they don't roost super effectively. And it'll hit Flygon coming in. As I go Wheezing, and I outspeed that. And because of the neutralizing gas, unfortunately, I take some chip, but that's what you get. Okay. As they make the double into Flygon there. Cool play, cool play. I'm going to go into my Togekiss here. As they'll probably click U-turn if they have it. There's no reason to stay in. But Togekiss doesn't really let anything come in other than maybe the... Actually, I'm going to click the... Well, no, if I predict them to double, I should click Sludge Wave here. Right? Because thing is, if they U-turn, they can get into their Lucario, specifically. And the Lucario's the main problem on this team. Okay. Fair enough. I'm going to go into my Goodra now, and I'm going to click... Well... why am I so gung-ho about going into Goodra? Let's go... this is Life Orb. I'm going to go Togekiss here. I actually think that was probably a bit of a misplay there. They know I have Earthquake. There's no way they go into Lucario there. Now I'm going to click Thunder Wave. The Weezing is weakened, so that should be useful. As they're an Ancient Power Togekiss. So that's the kind of person we're dealing with here, is it? I mean, obviously I'm running the Thunder Wave Air Slash Togekiss, which is pretty cancerous in its own way. But it is sort of funny to run off that 20% chance to get an Omni Boost. Not the greatest, if we're being honest. Okay. Having my Nidoqueen be dead was a very bad play on my part because I needed it for Lucario. And now it just comes out and gets to click a button. So gotta watch out for that. Do I need this still? I sort of do need this still. But the Goodra also is not awful. If I can scare this out, I think. Maybe? Or maybe it is awful, actually. I'm gonna go Goodra here. Yeah, on the Meteor Mash. I'm gonna click Earthquake here. Right, because Skitter Smack isn't gonna do too much to Flygon. Yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna go Xurkitree here. And I'm going to click the Dazzling Gleam. Right, this is definitely Choice Banded. They didn't get an attack boost. I don't think this kills. And now I'm just going to click the Volt Switch. You could make the double into Flygon here, but I don't think you would. I don't think that's a good play. I'm gonna go into my own Flygon. You don't know what kind of Flygon I am, right? You have not seen my item. I could be Choice Scarfed. Would you go into your own Flygon and risk the speed tie is the question. If you would, then you're going to have to risk the speed tie and go for Outrage. And then I can go into my Togekiss, right? If you wouldn't, then you're going to go into Lucario, bait the Earthquake. And so if they're going to do that, that's fine. I can go into my... Togekiss here. I think maybe this is a big choke. But yeah, no, that's fine. And now I can click the Roost. I thought that for sure there they would be baiting the Earthquake. Because you go into your Steel type, which is weak to ground, resists Steel. I don't know what they were thinking there. Okay. I'm gonna go into my Xurkitree here. I don't know if this lives, but hopefully it does, and it does. Good. As now I'm going to click the Volt Switch here because I didn't want them to get into their Flygon for free. That was the main thing. Or rather, no, it was okay if they went into the Flygon for free because I could go into my Togekiss. Sorry. What I didn't want them is to do what they did and stay in because that would be bad. Because I can just click Air Slash as their first impression. Hey, cool set. I am all behind the first impression Flygon. I think my opponent had a really interesting team with the Draining Kiss, Togekiss. I don't think that's going to work out for you. I think it's fun. It's unique. The Banded Lucario is always scary. And, you know, I don't think my opponent necessarily played that badly. But we definitely baited them with Seismitoad play. And so I'm really proud of that. And I don't think that the Flygon with first impression is very good. I just think it's very fun. So, you know, good on them for having fun. But unfortunately, that was allowed us to get out there with a win. If they had even had the Heat Iron Tail, that would have been a lot more scary, right? Anyway, that's going to be it for me today. I don't think the Goodra did very well, but this is Goodra and Friends, and so the Friends at least came in clutch. And that's all we could ask for. I just wish that maybe Cresselia hadn't gotten crit so many times. So well, that'll be it for me today, and I'll see you guys next time.